solarsaber, and Happy New Year! I hope your year goes great, but today we're gonna get right into the video and we're gonna be doing another question and answer because I was looking at my channel and I realized I hadn't done a question and answer in like 2 years. So I posted like, hey, on my Twitter, ask me some questions, and we're gonna be going right into it. I have the questions pulled up on my laptop over here. This is unscripted, so, I might need to take a second to, pause and think of some answers, cause, yeah. Anyway, let's just go straight to the first question, which is, have you ever assumed the personality of a fur based on their species? If you have, accidentally or not, was it accurate? Yes, I have 2 videos doing this. The first one, what your fursona species says about you, and the second one, what your fursona species says about you, part 2. So, there were a lot of comments saying like, oh my gosh, that was me, that was spot on, that was me. So sure, I guess some of them were accurate. I was just going based on literal generalizations on what I had noticed. So I guess, sort of, they were kind of accurate. That's up to you. Next, my friend Jade asked 4 questions. So we're gonna go into each one of those, or maybe not 4, probably more than 4, but we're just gonna go into all of them. The first one is, I have to lean in a little bit. How do you think your perception of the furry fandom has changed since your last Q&A? Better or worse? My last Q&A 2 years ago. Okay. My view of the furry fandom, probably worse. If we're being honest, and that's just because I've been in the fandom for so long. I've been a furry since I was 13. I'm gonna be 22 in March, so like it's been a long time. Furries, I made a whole video on it. Furries are weird. I have thought about leaving the fandom multiple times because of how weird furries are, but I'm still here. It keeps grabbing me back, unfortunately, so I'm here. So, it is what it is. The next question they asked are, what are your plans for the channel post-graduation? Will you post a little more or a lot more? Okay, I think that meant a little more. A little more, or do you think working will take up time, if not more? So, I am about to graduate college soon. I have been applying to jobs. I recently applied for like a project manager position, and if I get that, I'll probably take it. And I know many of you who have been following me for a long time are probably like, what, Venus? Like, you're a psychology major, you said you wanted to be a therapist. Yes, I did want to be a therapist. And then I took an introduction to counseling class. I don't want to be a therapist anymore. I thought I wanted to be a therapist. I took that intro class, and it was like a master level class. It was a regular class taught like a master's levels class, so it was taught like an actual therapy course. So it was like good information and like actual practice on clients. I say it was like other students. And as I was like doing my practice sessions, even though the professor said I was really good at it, I was like, I don't like this. I actually don't want to come into my job every day and hear someone vent to me about their life every day. Actually, I don't care. I care, but like, not enough, I think. So I quickly learned that I do not want to be a therapist. So I'm looking into other things. I didn't answer the question. I am so sorry. Yeah, I think if I did end up being a project manager, I'd probably post like not that much at all because that job is very demanding, requires a lot of travel and time, effort, yada yada yada. I always emphasize that making videos is not my job, it's a hobby. So like this, like even though it's fun for me, it's never gonna become first in my life. Like right now my school is always gonna come before videos, and then when I get a job, my job is gonna come before making videos. So if I find the time to, I will, but Okay, the next question from Jade is, what are your art plans for the coming years? Any goals you want to fulfill for yourself or dream pieces you want to make? I have no goals except to actually draw, because this year there were 6 months out of the year where I drew absolutely nothing, and that hurts my heart to say out loud. Oh my god, my goal this 2023 is just to draw more. Literally, that's it. Plug right here, follow my Twitter, follow my Tumblr, follow my Instagram, look at my art. Look at my art. Isn't it good? Isn't it good? Don't you want to follow me? Isn't my art good? Don't you want to follow me? Because my art is good? Yes. Yes. Anyway, you plan on reading any books, and what is your current favorite? I read a lot of academic books for school, unfortunately. Currently, I'm reading The Dawn of Yang-Chen, from the Avatar series. It's really good. I really like the Avatar books. I read The Rise of Kyoshi, The Shadow of Kyoshi. I read those two. Those were very good. What am I going to read in the future? I don't really know. I do like to read. I just really don't have the time to with all of the textbook readings I have to do, unfortunately. And the last question was, how is your day going? My day's going pretty good. I got my hair dyed for the first time today. I'll put a picture up of myself. I think the color's really cool. I've always wanted to dye my hair. I have very strict parents, so I was like never allowed to, but recently I started just being like, I'm gonna live my life. And it's been great, so yeah. I had a good day. If Venus was a Pokemon, what Pokemon would she be? I think Venus would be a Skitty, because Skitties are cats. Venus is a tiger, but you know, whatever. Venus is very like, yay, yippee, playful, cool, like, yay, I'm a cat. So I feel like Skitty would fit Venus pretty well. Do you play any musical instruments? If so, what type of music do you play on it? I do. I play the flute. I haven't played it in a hot minute. I feel like it's been a few months since I picked it up. But for the type of music I play on it, literally whatever I want. There isn't a type of music really. It's more like, oh, I remember I can play the flute. I'm gonna go play a Pokemon song on it. Like, that's literally what I do. I just do it when I feel like it, really. When I remember I know how to play it. What do you think is a very underrated furry species you like? But I feel like I've answered this before. If I have, it's in a different Q&A, but I can't remember at the moment. See, I want to say cow, but I feel like that's not underrated anymore. But that's the only thing I can think of right now. Have you ever been to a different country? If so, which country? Yes, I've been to many countries. My dad was in the military until I was like 5 years old, so from ages 0 to 4, I moved around a lot. So like, and when I was that little, I used to live in Japan. Don't ask me about it, because I was literally 3 years old. I don't remember much. I only remember the Cherry Blossom Festival and having to take off my shoes to go into certain restaurants. I guess that's the only different country I've lived in. So countries I've been to France, I've been to England, I've been to Wales. Does Wales count as a country? I'm not sure. I've been to Ireland. I've been to, is that it? I think that's it. I'm going to Italy this summer as a graduation trip. So I will be going to Italy. So that's another country I'm going to. Oh, I've been to Canada. I think that's all of them. Do you think the fandom is going to continue to grow in size as it has? I'm excited to see where it'll be in 10 years, and I reckon it'll keep growing, but what do you reckon? Cheers. I have fursuit fur in my mouth. I definitely think the furry fandom's gonna continue to grow. I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon. I literally think it's just gonna keep getting bigger. Like, the same way, like, anime is, like, common now. People aren't like afraid to say like I like anime. I feel like within like 30 years or so, furry is gonna be pretty common too. So that's just my opinion. What's your favorite rhythm game? Mine is Rhythm Heaven Fever. Whew, that is a hard question. Many people who have been following me for a long time know I love rhythm games. I can get a perfect in like most rhythm games because I love them that much. I really do like Rhythm Heaven. I love Parappa. Oh my god, I love Parappa. Wait a minute. My favorite rhythm game is, I think, a tie between Parappa the Rapper 2 and Rhythm Heaven, but I can't pick a Rhythm Heaven game because all of them are good. I also really like Friday Night Funkin', but I wouldn't say it's my favorite. But like, those are, I really like rhythm games. Would you ever attempt to make a fursuit yourself? Also, if you want a second one, are there any characters you would want to be made into a fursuit? I would never attempt to make a fursuit myself. No. Personally, no. I'm an art person, not a craft person. When I was in middle school, I made some paws and a tail. I like taught myself how to sew and everything. The paws didn't fit because I was really bad at sewing. The tail fell apart because I was really bad at sewing. I wouldn't attempt to do it again. Characters I want to be made into a fursuit, I already have one. I don't really want to. I think I'm good. I have a secondary persona. Her name's Empress. I'll put a picture of her right near, up. But I don't really think I'd want a fursuit of her. I'm pretty good with just having one character as a fursuit. Can you call yourself a furry if you just really like anthropomorphic animals but you haven't joined the fandom? This might be a controversial take, but I would say no, because you can like anthropomorphic animals and not be a furry. Like, furries are specifically people in the furry fandom. Like, that's what I think. So if you just like drawing anthro characters and you like anthropomorphic animals, but you're not in the furry fandom, then you're not a furry. You're just someone who likes anthro animals. And I say that because a lot of furries want to be prosecuted for being furries when they can leave the furry fandom at any time. Like, you don't have to be a furry. You can like anthro animals and draw them and stuff, but not be a furry. Like, those are two separate things, So I would say just you liking anthro animals does not make you a furry. You have to, like, actually join the furry fandom to be a furry. That's my opinion. What's a moment in the past you wish you could change or forget, and why? That is a very deep question, Corky. I'm gonna go with something wholesome because I'm not about to go in the deep dark thoughts of my mind and forgetting stuff. I wish I could forget playing Undertale so that I could go in and play it for the first time all over again, because I think the game is that good. That's what I wish I could forget. What are some of your most anticipated games announced for the future that are yet to come out, and what are some games you're praying for sequels of? I am very excited for Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. I'm definitely getting that. I'm quite excited for it. I know there's other games coming out, but I'm literally blanking right now, so I can't think of it. Games I'm praying for sequels of? Rhythm Heaven and Parappa the Rapper. Please, not Nintendo. Yeah, Rhythm Heaven Nintendo, right? Yeah. Parappa is Sony. Yes. I don't care, either one. I'm begging, I'm pleading. More Parappa, actually. I want a Parappa sequel more than I want Rhythm Heaven, I think. I want a Parappa the Rapper 3. I'm begging, I'm pleading. I want the rapping dog back. I am so bad. That is all I have to say about that. If you could have anything become canon in any piece of media, what would it be? I want Pearl and Marina from Splatoon to be dating, married, something. That needs to be canon. It's already canon that Marina has a crush on Pearl. That's canon. So let's just take it one step further. Just get them together. Just put them together. Make them date. That needs to be canon. How often do you see your art stolen/traced and posted on other accounts? It probably happens a lot more than I see it, but I have seen it happen a lot. I saw a whole TikTok account with me, my character, Venus, and all they did was recolor her like blue, and when people said like, hey, you're stealing this character, they posted them drawing her, and all they did was like Photoshop edit my art down to the line art to show, oh, I did this, here's the line art. Everybody knows how to, well, not everyone. It's pretty easy to Photoshop edit something down to the line art. It's not proof that you made it. So yeah, I've seen that. I have seen people trace my art. I try to ask people to take it down nicely, but usually they don't, so I just do like a copyright takedown thing. That usually works. But it's unfortunate, but lots of people do it. Anyway, those are all the questions I have for today. Did you have any response that was your favorite? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, shine bright!